so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Live Wire Sports Media. So, after the last couple of days, we was getting a lot of Sophie Cunningham news. First from a photo shoot, then she was stuck at an airport where she had random fans. She did a Q&A when she was stuck at, but a lot of people wonder why she was stuck at the airport, where she was going. Well, today, all of those answers was resolved because Sophie Cunningham has finally made her way to Indianapolis. Yes, she finally has came to Indianapolis. She had a well-deserved off season. She was one of the acquisitions in the trade to come to Indiana. She spoke in great length at this press conference. I actually retained footage from the Indiana Fever website. I mean, not website, but a Twitter page. And it's about 5 to 6 minutes long. So I'm going to let y'all enjoy that real quick. And then I'll come back and give my final thoughts on a lot of different things because there's a lot of Sophie Cunningham news today. So it's probably going to be one of a two-part video. So check it out.
So what was your reaction initially to the trade, and how have you felt about your time with the Fever, even just in this month so far?
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm so excited. I think it's refreshing. I've been in Phoenix for the past 6 years, was drafted out there. I've had a really great time. I've been very blessed with being around a lot of GOATs in the game and learning the game on another level. But again, this is just a new style, and this is the style that I thrive in. When you have people who can shoot the ball, who move the ball, who are running gunners, and share the ball, this is the type of offense that I want to be in. And so I'm just stoked. And like I said, the offense is more my style, but I'm also surrounded by a great culture and great people, and that's what I'm also very excited about, to be here in Indiana.
Where were you when you found out about this, and what was kind of that general reaction to a fresh start here?
Yeah, you guys will learn that if I'm not in the gym, I'm normally by the pool. And so I was actually poolside when I found out. And, there's a lot of emotions just because I have been out there for so long. But to be honest, my original thought was oh, heck yeah. We're about to go win a championship. That's exactly where my mind went. And like I said, it's all about the people. It's about the culture. I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to, seriously go win a championship.
How impactful will it be for you and your family to be back here in the Midwest, something that Caitlin had as well, and within driving distance for everyone, right?
I love it. My roots are here in the Midwest, and just to be closer to home. My sister is married and has a kid, has another one on the way, and family is everything to me. I have a really great support system, and you better believe I've already had over 100, 200 people reach out, hey, how do we get season tickets? I was like, I have no idea. I just got traded 2 hours ago. So I think we're going to have a pretty cool fan base up here from Missouri. But again, it's my Midwest roots. I'm excited to be around Midwesterners again. It's my type of people, and so I'm happy to be here.
I know you said earlier this month that you'd be the Sabrina Carpenter to Caitlin's Taylor Swift.
That was a joke, but I guess people really took that seriously.
People love it. What excites you about playing with her this year?
I mean, she has changed our game in the best possible way in every way. And so just to be alongside of her and maybe relieve the pressure, being able to shoot and spread the court for her to go do her thing. She's still young, and I think that I've been taken under, Diana took me under her wing, and I've learned a lot from her, and now I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge, and when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody, and so I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here. But again, I think that just the competitor that I am, I'm fierce, I'm sassy, I stick up for my teammates, stick up for myself, and so sometimes I think that's okay to be feisty and to be yourself. But I'm excited to play in front of the fans. I think that she's drawn a lot of people, not only to Indiana, but to the women's game as a whole. And so just to be a part of something great, just really happy to be here.
What was it like to watch from afar what was happening, not just here, but every city the Fever went to?
I love it. And, to be honest, I was just so dialed in. Wherever I'm at, I'm a very present person. I'm where my 2 feet are at. And so I wasn't necessarily paying attention so much to what Indiana was doing. I mean, you hear about it. But now that I've been here, and I have been paying a lot more attention to it, and it's crazy, right? Like it's a whirlwind, and there's an adjustment period not only for her, but for her teammates around her, for Indiana as a whole. But I think it's all really good things, and so it takes a little bit to get adjusted to it. But after that, I mean, come on, it's part of something great that doesn't come around very often, and so if you're not paying attention, I don't know what you're doing.
Your initial mindset was, or your initial reaction was, let's win a championship.
Yeah.
What were the things that were like, oh yeah, this is a lock?
You know what? I think that I think that our team right now, like, it's turning heads. And DeWanna Bonner, getting her was absolutely huge. She was one of my vets when I was a rookie coming in, and she's no one to mess with. I love Natasha Howard. You have Aaliyah Boston. You have Kelsey Mitchell. We just have a squad, and our depth is amazing. And I'm just excited. But to be honest, I think when you have a group that can let go of the egos and you're really just here to win and work hard, I think that's the best type of group, and you're all willing to do the dirty work. And I think that's what I'm most excited about. That's my bread and butter right there, is outwork your opponents and have fun doing it.
What have been some of maybe your initial conversations with the coaching staff as they maybe discuss what this season could be like, both for the team and for you?
Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of Stephanie White, and I'm not kidding. We, in college, we played, she coached against me and whatnot, and so we've known each other for quite a long time. And since I've been in the league, I was like, hey, when are you going to coach me? It was always just kind of a running joke, and it's been one for the past 3 or 4 years. And so to finally all kind of come together just at the right time, I'm stoked. I think she's a heck of a coach. I love her offense. I love her approach to games and her approach to her players and the relationship she has with their players. And so I just think that we're going to do something really special here and moving forward this year. I said that wrong, but this year and moving forward.
Can you take us back to that All-Star game? Was that your first interaction with Caitlin, and what was so funny?
Yeah, to be honest, when we first played her, I just think she's had a lot of pressure on her shoulders, and I think a lot of people, no one's walked in her footsteps, and so it's really easy to judge and to say things, but at the end of the day, we all need to empower each other and be there for each other. I think she's done a lot, not only her, but that rookie class. They've brought a lot of attention to our league, and it's needed. This is what we've always wanted, and so why would we not embrace them and make sure they're good? And so when we first played them, I was like, hey, keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. If you ever need anything, reach out. And then, which is not like me, normally I'm like, whatever. But, and then the All-Star game, we were just having fun. I mean, she was playing, I was having a good time on the sideline. And I kind of told her, I was like, hey, you ever want to come to Phoenix, let me know. But that one kind of backfired on me. Now I'm here, which is great.
All right, guys. So that said a whole lot, but I'm gonna break down my 5 points in the little segment that I really enjoyed, because she touched on everything that I really, really loved about this. 1, she wants to win a championship. That is the same thing that DeWanna Bonner, same thing Natasha Howard, same thing that Kelly, same thing that Amber, same thing that Stephanie White said. Championships. These signings came in to help Indiana, help Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell get to the next plateau, and that's winning championships. Sophie Cunningham said it, if you don't want to be there, then something's wrong. You have a golden opportunity to be playing with one of the best college players in the game, one of the best young NBA stars in the game, and Caitlin Clark, who has generalized, who's galvanized everything that this sport had needed. Sophie Cunningham allowed that. She said that in this press conference. She said that Caitlin Clark has a weight of the world on her shoulder, but she's there. Now, point number 2, she's a Midwest girl. She's a Midwest girl. So being in the Midwest it's just surreal because she played in Phoenix. Now she's in Indiana, and then she went to school in Missouri. It's all for her. You know what I'm saying? She's not really traveling that far, but now that she has fans that she played at Missouri could come to Indiana, that's more popularity. More popularity. You already got Caitlin's. You already got Leo Boston. You already got Kelsey Mitchell. But Caitlin has the most fans. So then you bring somebody like Sophie Cunningham in. Guess what that does? Pour in more attendance. You know what I'm saying? Just think what home games was going to be. They might even break the record that they had last year for home games. You know, it could be, heck, it could be in the 20,000s this year. That's how magnetic this team is. This team is like the 2000 LA Rams with Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce and Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk. The greatest show on turf. But this is going to be the greatest show on the hardwood. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about what you do. Point 3, she talked about relationships. She knows Stephanie White. Stephanie White's been around for a long, long time. Stephanie White admired Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White has coached against Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham wanted to play for Stephanie White. I think at some point in time, Stephanie White, if she stayed in Connecticut, hey, Sophie Cunningham probably would have ended up in Connecticut. So you think about that. It's all about relationships. She talked about DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner was her vet when she came to Phoenix. DeWanna Bonner been in the game for a long time. So guess what? They get to reunite again. She so that's going to make it even more special. Generalize the relationships. Point number 4, the dirty work. We just heard Sydney Colson say that in her a little snippet she did earlier. It's all about doing the dirty work. Sydney Colson laid it on the line. Everybody can score. It's easy to have offense, but just having the dirty work, doing the dirty work is more important than just putting points. Because if you dedicate yourself and you know your role and you know your position, just like when Bill Belichick used to say, "Hey, do your job." That's the mentality that I love to see right there. That's the mentality that's going to win you championships. Everybody doing their part. It's not just about one. It's not just about 2. It's not about 3. It's about all 12 of these players on this team. Everybody comes in and do their part, sacrifice with no egos. And that's why I said that if you look at this team, how it's constructed right now, the way DeWanna Bonner is, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark, Leo Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, all of them, it is really, 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 really important that this team has this kind of chemistry, this kind of egos, that they want to win. And they're going to put it all aside just for the sake of winning. I know how much we talked about Satu Sabli and one of there, but honestly, looking at this whole makeup right now, I have to rebuttal back against that. I have to rebuttal back about talking about Kennedy Carter being on this team. We don't need dysfunction. We don't need selfish players. You seen it with Satu Sabli. The first thing she said, facilities. She ain't talking about winning no championships. She ain't talking about playing with Caitlin Clark, who's one of the best scorers and assist leaders in the W right now. She ain't talking about none of that. She ain't talking about winning no championships. Or she talked about, well, I want to play with my sister, or I want to be in facilities. You want your own achievement. You're not willing to sacrifice for the better of the team just to help the team win. DeWanna, Howard, Cunningham, and Colston, all of them said everything that we needed for these vets to come in here to say. We want to win championships. We want to sacrifice to where it needs to be for us to have a chance to win, not just one, not just two or three. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what Sophie Cunningham had laid out right here is very, very, very important. And number 5, the one thing that we talked about last year is having Caitlin's back. Because I can tell you this, if Aaliyah Boston pulls what she did, what Kennedy Carter did, guess what? You best believe Sydney Colston, DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, they're going to let Aaliyah Boston know, you need to have your player back. We didn't see too much of that from Aaliyah Boston last year. Timmy was that enforcer that we had on this team. You already have Bree Turner, who probably, she'll do her thing. And you already got Sophie Cunningham saying, hey, I'm that. You already had Sydney Colston saying, I'm that. Now, Caitlin comes into the season, she going to know her teammates have her back. She ain't got to worry about Lexi not getting into it. Even Kelsey in the second half of the season, she was getting a little spicy out there. So that's what you want. You want ride or die players that's going to be for you. You don't want people going to sit on the sideline. You get knocked all around and they just act like they scared to do anything. They just act like they don't want to get their hands dirty. You need dirty players on this team to get their hands dirty. I ain't saying like dirty play tactics. I'm talking about dirty players. You think about this. You going against a Marina Mayberry. Sophie Cunningham ain't about to let that happen. Sydney Colston ain't about to let that happen. DeWanna Bonner ain't about to let that happen. You going against a DJ Carrington. They ain't about to let that happen. All the little antics that they tried to do to Caitlin Clark last year ain't going to work this year. She got dogs on her team. Oh, I like the way I said that. She got dogs on her team. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's about. Putting a plan together and executing at any level as possible. Indiana Fever will be one of the most feared teams in the league this year. Matter of fact, they will be the feared team this year. Because the fact of the matter is, guess what? They got people to step up and have Caitlin's back. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like. That's what I love. To step up and have your players back. Now, my last clip is from Amber Cox. She talked about inquiring Sophie Cunningham. And like I said, Sophie Cunningham alluded to earlier the reason why. She said when she was by the poolside, and when she got the text, and it kind of threw her off because she understands that, you build relationships at one organization. It's kind of hard to let go, but she understood the dynamic of what Phoenix was doing. So when she realized it, she's like, oh yeah, heck yeah. We about to go win the championship. Right off the bat, that's her mindset right then and there. That's the mindset you got to have, people. You can't sit there and be all selfish about things. And I just love the way how she said it. So I'm going to let you listen to what Amber said, then I'm going to close out this video.
Somebody that you guys wanted to acquire via trade?
Well, look, I've been in this league a long time, and Sophie has been somebody since college that I love her game. Fellow Missourian, so watched her for 4 years at Mizzou, and then obviously has done great things at Phoenix. I think she's always willing to step in and do whatever it takes to win. Obviously an incredible shooter, but can guard multiple positions. So really just continues for us that theme of versatility. She can come in and do a lot of things for us.
So, like I said, it's about relationships. These GMs, these owners, these presidents, they have relationships with these players. They be watching these players play. And Amber was she's just like Stephanie White. She followed Sophie Cunningham. Make no mistake about it. The Indiana Fever did one hell of a job in free agency. And now, with the draft coming up soon, I'm sure they're going to add a couple more pieces, or they're gonna wait to add another final piece, or whatever the case might be. But just for what they have constructed with this team right now, it's it's one of the most beautiful things that I have seen when putting a team together. You know, it's going to be one of the most fascinating things that I have actually come across. You know, especially watching sports for all my entire life. You know, watching teams being built, watch teams win championships and stuff like that. Like I say, man, the Indiana Fever gonna win the title this year. I'm just going to put it out there. They are going to win the title because everybody on this team is going to play their part. They're going to work hard, and they're going to make sure that not only Cece, but Kelsey and Aaliyah Boston get the maximum out of everybody that's on this roster. So if you like this video, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Until the next video and the next episode, this is Livewire Sports Media, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.